Hey, this is Pizza Dude Man, and Smash for Switch was announced. So this is just going to be a quick thoughts video. I thought I should at least acknowledge that that's coming out. This is all just going to be improvised, first thoughts and impressions and ideas and stuff like that. I've been super duper busy. There's work. We've been making plans on moving, and I've been working on a couple other projects, so I just haven't even really had an online presence in a while. I've got all these backlog LP videos that I haven't uploaded at all, and even some of the more recent ones that have come up, those are like weeks old now, and I still haven't fully edited them to fit my format and stuff, so I've just been super busy. Like I said, haven't really had an online presence until just now. I've actually been actively talking about Smash Brothers stuff on Twitter. I know only a couple hundred of you follow me on Twitter, but that's where I've been getting out all my ideas and stuff. What a big reveal, right? A lot of people were not expecting them to show off Smash Brothers quite this soon. They thought it would be more like an E3 thing, or, you know, that we would have seen it way before if it was just going to be, you know, a straight port of the Wii U Smash Brothers game. But no, this is something real big, and as we all predicted, Inklings from Splatoon made the cut into the game. I mean, that was like the big obvious newcomer for a new Smash Brothers game. It's still great to see, though. I'm really excited to see what they do with the Inklings, like, you know, spraying ink all around. Maybe you can travel through it, like in Splatoon, and so it's like it slows down everyone else, and you're the only ones who gets to speed up. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the Inklings. There's a lot of great ideas you can have there. I guess a lot of people have been wondering if I'm going to make new videos based on this, and to be honest, I haven't made any plans to yet. Like I said, even just doing this video, I'm kind of taking time out of a day where I've planned to do a lot of things for work and for my other projects. So I haven't made any plans to do like a whole new series of Smash Brothers videos yet. Maybe I'll get around to it. Maybe I will do it purely as collaboration with Adustus, or as some of you might remember, Lord Jackal. We'll see. For right now, though, here's what I've got on this. I guess the big question right now that I keep seeing pop up online is the argument of whether this is a port or a new game. And first of all, that just doesn't even really matter to me. I mean, even if it is technically a port or an enhanced port like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like, we already know there's going to be new characters. And, like, I don't know, unlike Mario Kart, where it's just kind of like, oh yeah, you just put someone else in the driver's seat. I mean, they're gonna have, we know the Inklings are gonna have totally new moveset stuff. I mean, that's new enough to me to warrant buying it again. And I guess that's the question I have to that, is like, whether or not this is a port, is that really gonna influence your decision of whether or not to buy it? Because, like, I really don't see that being the case. It's still Smash Brothers. It still has, like, new stuff in it. I'm guessing it's going to have a lot of new stuff in it, even if it's technically an enhanced port of some sort. So I just don't get the big deal on the port versus new game argument, because it's going to have new stuff, obviously. And since it's still coming out relatively early in the Switch lifespan, I'm assuming, it's going to give us a lot of time for DLC potential. Now, if it is just an enhanced port, I am hoping that they'll at least cover things that they couldn't do before on the Wii U version. And what I mean by that is the 3DS had some cool exclusive stages or exclusive modes like Smash Run, which in my opinion was like the best mode in Smash 4 besides just fighting your friends. So I would love to see them incorporate Smash Run into this game. And there's other things they could have too, like the Ice Climbers, right? We know that the Ice Climbers were purely not implemented into Smash 4 because they couldn't get it to work technically, but that shouldn't be a problem for the Switch, at least I hope not. So I'm really hoping we'll finally see a return of Ice Climbers. Some people, I guess, have been questioning too whether or not they'll have like a story mode, like Brawl story mode, a full-fledged big story mode. I think that'd be awesome, but it's not a priority for me. I'm not one of these people who's like, oh man, yeah, they really need to do that. It'd be cool if they did, but I feel like that would take a lot of more development time compared to just adding more new characters, which I honestly care about more. So that's where I stand on that. Now, if we do get more new characters, which I'm assuming we will, the ones that I think are really the most likely And maybe it sounds a little silly, but I really think we'll get something new from Fire Emblem. We already know that there's a new Fire Emblem game on its way, and if any Smash Brothers games of the past have taught us anything, it's that they're going to add those new Fire Emblem characters. But on top of that, we've had things like Fire Emblem Warriors and Fire Emblem Heroes. That series has just really grown into one of Nintendo's big players. I also think we're definitely going to get some kind of new Pokemon. Now, I know a lot of people think that Decidueye is a lock-in, and I almost 100% agree. It just seems perfect. It was this big icon of 7th gen. It seems to really fit that grass starter spot to flesh out with Charizard and Greninja. It was even added as a playable character to Pokken Tournament Deluxe. The question for me is if Decidueye is going to be another situation like 3rd gen or 5th gen. What I mean by that is we already know there's new Pokemon games coming for Switch. Now, we don't know if that's like a Diamond Pearl remake or a brand new thing, but running under the assumption that it's a totally brand new 8th gen, which maybe it won't be, we might see the same thing with Decidueye, where he just gets skipped over in favor of an 8th gen Pokemon. So that's a little up in the air, but I'm sure we'll get something new from Pokemon. I also really think we're going to get something new from Xenoblade. Since the last Smash game, we've had Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And there's a lot you can do there, character and moveset-wise. I have always wanted to see someone from Xenoblade Chronicles X come into Smash Brothers, particularly Elma is my favorite choice there, because I absolutely loved Xenoblade Chronicles X, and that has a very, very different style than the other Xenoblade games. But also, now that we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's very possible that we could see Rex and Pyrrha as characters in Smash Brothers. Honestly, I'd love to see both. I don't think that's too weird, getting 2 new characters for Xenoblade. I really don't. It's kind of like, Mother, where they have, Ness and Lucas. So what if it's a small series? Each game has different protagonists with different abilities. I mean, Ness and Lucas less so. But I think it warrants having those different characters, and I'd love to see that. I also think, maybe this is more wishful thinking, but I think having Springman to represent ARMS is a very strong possibility. Like I said, maybe that's just wishful thinking, because I really like ARMS, and I really like the idea of adding Springman to Smash Brothers, but I think that's very possible. Besides that, there's a lot of other things I would love to see. I'm not sure how likely any of them are, but I mean, we've had Tropical Freeze, and now this re-release of Tropical Freeze is coming out, so I'm really hoping they'll finally add some new Donkey Kong characters. There's so many great Donkey Kong characters, and we're just scraping the top of the barrel there, you know what I mean? There's a lot we can dig into there, and have a lot of really great Donkey Kong characters, and I really want that. But actually, I would say that my most wanted character at this point, my most wanted newcomer, would be Rayman. I mean, I've always been a big fan of the Rayman games, but I recently played Rayman Legends for Switch, and that game just really rekindled my love for the Rayman games. It's just like, oh man, I really want Rayman in Smash Brothers. That's by far my most wanted character. As always, it would be nice to see some new Zelda characters. There's lots of great Zelda characters. We've seen Hyrule Warriors, and Breath of the Wild had some cool new characters in it. It's just, there's just so many possibilities there. It's kind of hard to pick and choose, which ones would actually be the best ones for me. One thing I wanted to bring up, and I kind of mentioned this on Twitter, I've actually come around on Waluigi, right? My problem with Waluigi in the past was that I thought there were more important Mario characters to add, but honestly, at this point, I think they've added them. I mean, we've got Bowser Jr. and Rosalina now, you know what I mean? They're adding these extra Mario characters. We really have our core Mario characters, right? We have Mario, Luigi, and Peach, and Bowser. So I think whatever fun extras you want to add now is excessive no matter who you add. It's all just for fun. And I think Waluigi would be good now. I think this would be a really good time to add Waluigi, actually. Oh, and there's other things I'd love to see. I mean, we know Metroid Prime 4 is coming out, so I mean, depending on how that goes, there's some interesting characters there, potentially. And there's always the rumors about Mother 3 coming to Switch, who knows about that? But, I mean, that opens up more cool character ideas. There's just so many possibilities It really comes down more to a question of, how much are they going to add into it rather than what can they add. So I'm really hoping for a great big new Smash game, and they can always add more later, because like I said, this is still relatively early in the Switch lifespan, I'm assuming, for how big and how well the Switch has been doing. And I don't see any reason why they couldn't continue to add more with DLC. I'll imagine that I'll do some kind of video topics on certain characters or certain aspects later. For right now, that's it for my initial thoughts. Thank you for watching, and have fun speculating. It looks like it's going to be a real fun season for it. Bye!